Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to talk about some more LuxAlgo trades today. If you want to get my complete strategy guide, just check in the description below. You'll see a way to sign up to get the strategy guide. In the guide, there's also the discount code and my referral link for you guys that don't have LuxAlgo yet. You can sign up for it for 30% off. It's one of the coolest tools I've ever used with trading, so it's really helped my trading. And I'll show a few examples today where it really has helped make some money, even though the market is a difficult market to trade at the moment. So that'll be fun. Anyway, for you guys watching this today, when this video comes out, there's a live event that I'm doing tonight. It's all about SPX daily trading strategies and levels. This is with Stephen Brooks. And hopefully we can go through the different levels that he uses, talk about why he uses them, how he uses them, where they come from, which is the most fascinating part, and how effective they are. So we're doing a live event, starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Any attendees that come will also get access to these SPX levels. I'll email them to you, so you just sign up through a link. And I'll email them to you and tell you what my plan for the day on the SPX levels are. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. These are cool because you could potentially use these levels for a lot of different things. You can do spreads on them, you can do basically options on them, or you could even use them to potentially trade futures. So if you're looking to do these funded trading accounts or whatever, this could be something that might be useful for you. So these levels they're far better than most of the ones that people use, and that's because it looks like Stephen puts a lot of work into finding these levels, and there's a lot of time, effort, and money gone into making these levels. They come out every morning. So yeah, so come to the webinar tonight. Just hit the notify me button. I'll leave a link so you can get to the webinar here, and hopefully it'll be fun. I think it'll be very informative. So anyway, let's talk about LuxAlgo again. Again, I've got an ongoing spreadsheet of all my trades on LuxAlgo, and you can access that in the strategy guide, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. So these are the 3 trades I've done so far today. It's still early. I've got a lot going on today though, so I'm probably going to maybe just do 1 or 2 more trades if they present themselves, but so far I'm really happy with the day. It's been an exciting trading day. So it started off this morning with a trade at the open, which I'm usually reluctant to do because I tend to get whiplashed at the market open. I'm not the best market open trader. However, today I took a little gamble on it. I took a half position size when the signal first came out here. So this is the market opening this morning. There's a green candle. I got in on this candle, just rolled it up a little bit and took profits. And that's the trade that I detailed right here. So the 429 calls. Get this highlighted. So nothing spectacular about this. It was a half position. Got a decent percentage on it. Entered at 832. Great. And of course it continued up for a long time and probably made some people a lot more money that could hold a lot longer than I can. So really nice trade to start the day. The second trade was interesting. This is one I want to talk about for you guys that have LuxAlgo already. So one thing I always talk about in the strategy guide is that when you get a signal to the downside when we're in a bullish uptrend, so this is above the smart trail, I generally don't take them, but I don't turn the filter off. So sometimes you can make it so that these don't appear. And this is a really good example, and I think the next one was as well, of why I keep it on. And because there's often opportunities that even if you are above the trend here, so it was signaling a downtrend on the 1-minute SPY, and it took forever to break, and eventually we got a bearish reversal here, but unfortunately we're already quite a bit below the optimum buy, which is this line that I've marked right here. And so what I sometimes do is I wait for it to come back up and to sell off a little bit and then enter. So you've got that extra confirmation, right? You still get a price similar here to the entry price, but now you've got this bearish flip. Now it doesn't always happen, and so sometimes this will just drop like a rock and you will never get back to this price. But if it does, or if it comes up and rejects off the bearish downtrend, this is often like a really good way to take advantage of a signal that didn't follow the criteria exactly. I've done this twice today, so this is the first one. I actually entered on this candle here. I got a bad fill down here. I was hoping to get closer to the underlying price here. Again, I do 0 DTE puts on these things, so entered here. This is my trading log right here, so I did the 430 puts, and so I got 162. Ended up getting out early because this was kind of choppy and I didn't want to lose all my gains, so I didn't do great on this trade, but you can see if you'd managed it more effectively than I did, it would have been a really nice win. all the way down here. But as it was, like, we had this reversal back up, and then it was kind of flat for a few minutes. Like, oh, this is not good. This could be a reversal. Luckily, it dropped. I scaled out here and then scaled out some more here. So even though I didn't trade this perfectly, you can see the thought process behind it, so that you can nearly always find some sort of trade. And this one would have worked out really well if I just had held down to here. Hopefully, some people did. So this is just one example that, and then the last trade that I did was actually interesting. So this is one of my favorite ways to play with LuxAlgo. So if we set this back out, zoom out here. So the final trade that I played, let's zoom in here, was kind of cool. It was a combination of LuxAlgo and just typical technical trading, right? So here we go. So the same thing happened here. We had a buy signal on the 1 minute whilst we were still in a downtrend. Now, it immediately flipped, and the problem is you'd be chasing if you jumped in up here. Now, you could have done it, but you'd have had to sit through this nonsense before it then broke out. And so what I did is I just watched this thing kind of come down, and then I entered, I think here, I put the time in my thing. So I'm trying to document all these things as meticulously as possible. Actually, I didn't put the time here. I'll have to go back through and put the time. So anyway, I think it was on here. So what I tried to do is enter close to the top of this candle, and I actually got a bargain. I think I got down here somewhere. And then so this thing, like, basically it's playing for a smart trail bounce, right? But you can see that we started to form this wedge as we continue down, with the smart trail acting as the bottom of the wedge, right? So here. So there was a good chance, and I thought it was going to happen on this candle. I was already in, I think here somewhere. There's a good chance that this was going to bounce off the smart trail, which it did, and then break out through this descending trend line. So it's definitely helpful to use simple technical analysis in conjunction with LuxAlgo. And so it gave me the confidence to hold it on this attempt, and then another bounce here, and then finally it broke out and went all the way up here, which is awesome. So I made decent money on this one. Let's look at the LuxAlgo. So I got 20% overall on that, and of course I scale out, so you guys that know what I do with these things, I scale out at 10% and then try and hold the rest. So I got an average of 20% on this particular trade, but it's pretty cool. And so that's a way that if you're a bit late to the game, or if you, I mean, it's kind of forcing a trade a little bit because it is against the trend, but then you try and play it sensibly and you can kind of do stuff like this. Here's one that failed. So for some reason, we're getting signals that are against the trend a lot today. So when this signaled earlier, I didn't get in because we're bear. This would be a bear signal and a bullish trend, so I'm not going to do that. And then so I tried to wait here, and I was waiting for it because it did flip on here. It started to go back up, and I was looking to get an entry up here, but the thing just sold off immediately and went all the way down to here. So that was an example of one that didn't quite get an entry on. If I'd been a little less patient with the entry and jumped in, I maybe could have caught this, but alternatively it could have also rallied hard against me. So hopefully that gives you some ideas if you're getting frustrated with the LuxAlgo. There's definitely cool ways to play this, and that's what I like about it so much, is there's different strategies and you can refine them and make your own rules, as well as using the signals. Again, the signals for me are just good for entries, and then I manage the trade with 10% scaling each time. So yeah. Anyway, make sure you come to the live event tonight. I'll leave a link so you can find it. Also, if you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification thing, it'll tell you when I go live as well, which is always useful. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.